Alexis, and today I am here to do a tutorial on Toile Christmas by Stampin' Up. I really like this Cardinal, and it looks so realistic and so festive, so I figured I would do a card today. So I used this stamp set along with the coordinating dies, and then I just used a sentiment from Greetings of the Season. I used the Merry Christmas. Okay, and then I also used Wrapped in Plaid Designer Series paper. So this is the card that we'll be making today. I don't usually go with traditional Christmas colors like the red and the green and everything, but I really like how this turned out. Like, I was blown away. I didn't even think I was like, what in the world? I did that? So here is what you'll need. So we're using an A2 card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. A piece of gold foil cardstock, which measures at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then a piece of the plaid paper. You can choose any one you want. They have several different types of plaid papers in that pack. And this measures at 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And then here's our sentiment. I already went ahead and, I sound like I said cinnamon. Sentiment. I already went ahead and heat embossed this until I get better at editing. One of these days I'll have editing down and I'll be able to show you the entire card process from scratch. But until then, I just went ahead and did this. So I just heat embossed it with Recollections gold embossing powder. And the paper uses Merry Merlot, so the cardstock, or the card base, and this is in Merry Merlot. Of course, I get on camera and my voice starts going all scratchy. And I went ahead and already stamped and die cut these out, like I said, until I get editing done, figure it out. And then these were some gems I found. I went through all my stuff to purge some things. I'm actually going to do a giveaway soon. But these were old Stampin' Up things, and I figured I really liked the gold and it would go well. And then this is using, of course, I thought I was prepared. So it's using the Heirloom Frames 3D embossing folder, the oval one, and the coordinating dies. I really like this. You can do so much with it, like different colors and everything. You can buy like ephemera packs, but you can't really choose the colors. You just kind of got to go with what they give you. So this is really cool. And then I just used the same die that cuts this out and then cut it out in Merry Merlot. That way I would have a backing right there. So let's get started. I guess first we can go ahead and color the bird and branch. So I use Copic markers. I know that Stampin' Up has like Stampin' Blend markers, but I already own Copic, so I'm not going to buy different markers. So for the bird, I'm using R35, R39, R37. And then for his beak, I don't really have orange. I don't have an orange Copic, but I just use YR23, and I think it looks pretty good. Well, at least to me. Like the beak looks realistic as far as color. I did look them up. I did not know Cardinal's beaks were like, I don't even know how to describe the orange. It's almost like a red, but it's orange. All right, so I am going to try to figure out how to speed this up because I know you don't want to sit there watching me color forever. So I'm probably just not going to say anything because I'm hoping that I will be able to speed this up. This is not the correct marker. I'm about to make a boo-boo. Okay, so I finished coloring the bird. Pretty easy and simple. I realized I did grab the wrong color. So for the beak, I used YR27, which is Tuscan Orange. This was the color I used the first time and then edited it. So that one is done. Next, I will be doing the branches, or the branch. This is what I used. Thought I used something else. Okay. So for the brown, I used E59. And then for the leaves, I'm using G46 and YG17. So I'll go ahead and color this and hopefully fast forward again if I successfully did it the first time. And I'll be back. Okay, so now both of those are colored. I wanted to say, so the first tutorial video I did, which was using Painted Harvest stamp set, I accidentally deleted the video, and I already deleted it from my phone, so that one's just gone forever. I don't know how I even did it, really, because I put it in, or it somehow ended up in like one of my folders or something like that on YouTube, and I went to delete it from that folder, and it said delete video or whatever, so I assumed it meant like delete from that folder, and it meant like permanently delete it. So, and there's no way to get it back. I was like, well then. So technically this is my third video, but it looks like it's my second. Okay, so now that we've done our coloring, we're gonna go ahead and adhere our stuff together. And as we all know, well, I guess you don't know because my first video is gone, but I use a ton of adhesive. I made a joke in the first video that says basically if the Earth was taken out by like an asteroid or a meteor or something like that, I want my card to still be here and intact. Which is essentially how it is. Oops. Oh yeah, I forgot I did the inside. So, for a little tip that I do, I always put it face down like this. That way I can get a good visual idea of the type of border I need to leave. That way it looks as perfect as possible, because I have issues. Okay. If I had thought about it, I would have die cut this out of this, because you're not going to see that, but I didn't think about it until it was too late. So for future, I can go ahead and do that. I'm sure a lot of you are cringing at the amount of tape I use. I cringe a lot at other videos when I see them hardly using any tape. I'm like, come on, slather some more on there. Oops. Oh, let me do that again. All right, let's see. Okay, and next is adhering this. I think I just used glue. And around we go. All of you are probably looking at it like, oh my god, she used a whole bottle. Okay. That doesn't look very straight. Because we all know it has to be perfect. I keep trying to tell myself that this is handmade and not Hallmark to try to get me to be less of a perfectionist, but it doesn't work. So now some of the glue is of course seeping out a little bit. That's the bad thing about foil. Fingerprints are everywhere. Okay. Next, I just glue this in the center. I've had this glue bottle for, I'm not even lying, probably 5 years. So even though I'm very heavy-handed with glue and adhesive, it lasts forever. And it fits perfectly inside. This is driving me nuts. I just can't leave it alone. Okay. I guess I'll go ahead and put the inside in. So for the inside, I just used some extra gold foil that was laying around, and then just some extra plaid, because I do not save scraps like that small, because I get overwhelmed very easily, and I just cannot stand little papers everywhere. So I throw them out, but I will try to use some for the inside. That way I'm not throwing as much out. And the sentiment I used on the inside is in the toile, what is it, Toile Christmas, Toile Tidings. I don't know where I put it. Anyways, from that stamp set. Okay. So, where did my sentiment go? Oh, there it is. I already put some 3M tape on the back of this. Whoops. How did I throw it there and it end up here? Okay. I don't usually use dimensionals that came in a paper pumpkin. I like to use the Scotch permanent mounting tape. I just like it better. Because like a strip like this is easy. You just bada bing, bada boom. So I need to do my branch. And I will also speed this up because this is kind of fiddly. So I have this on. So in this card, I put the tail over the branch, and I didn't really like it because, like, I think it would be more realistic for his tail to be behind it. So in this card, I switched it around, and it will be behind it, like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and take off the backing and place it on. No, 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 no. Sorry, guys. I'm a perfectionist. I can't help myself. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of like blah today. My coffee hasn't kicked in yet. So I am not fully awake. No, I don't like it. Okay. And then I am just going to take a little adhesive. A little, yeah, who am I kidding? And stick it on his tail. And of course it just runs out. Okay, next is the sentiment. I don't think I said what the sentiment was. Did I say it was, it measures at 3 5/8 by 7/8. Ooh. You'll have to excuse my fumbling. It cannot be crooked. It just cannot. Okay. All right, so next I just take my, these are not the correct ones. Gems. Oh, duh, right here. All right, let's see. I don't trust the adhesive on them. I just don't trust any adhesive unless it's my adhesive. So I just take them off. You're probably all shaking your head at me, and I don't really blame you. I am insane. But we're going to go ahead and do it anyways. Just take them off. And then I use my multi-medium matte. Woo. And I don't worry about the adhesive around the dot because it dries clear, so it doesn't really matter. Get down. It's hard to get in this one because of the dimension. just stick one here. I had it a little different on the other card, but my branch is too far down on this one. Like I said, doesn't matter how gluey it looks now, because as you can see, it dries clear. All right, the last step is some Wink of Stella, the clear Wink of Stella. And I just put it on my bird, my Cardinal. The good thing about Copics is it's alcohol markers, so they don't smear or anything. Like if you used watercolor markers or something like that, it would smear, or anything dye-based. But this does not. And we want him to be super sparkly. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will catch you next time.